Welcome to Pottorff's Behind the Blades, Not a Podcast. In this episode, we answer the question, why do buildings need dampers? I'm Stephenie Ravenscroft, and joining me is Josh Parent.
Hi, Stephenie.
Hello. Josh, quick question. If a building is on fire, why would anyone want the HVAC system to act like a giant smoke delivery service?
Right? It's like, congrats, you've invented central air and accidental smoke redistribution. If you're new to the damper world, here's the promise. By the end of this episode, you'll know what a damper is, why it matters, and why codes matter a lot.
Okay, let's jump back to Dampers 101. A damper is basically a valve for air. It opens, closes, or modulates to control airflow inside ducts or openings.
Yep, and the key is, dampers aren't just for comfort. Some are life safety devices meant to stop fire and smoke from spreading through the ductwork and air transfer openings. Think of it like a building that has air hallways. Dampers are the doors that can close those hallways when it matters.
Okay, let's move along to some reasons why buildings need dampers.
Let's start with the dramatic one, fire and smoke. If a duct passes through a rated wall or floor, a barrier designed to slow fire, codes often require protection at that penetration. That's where fire dampers, smoke dampers, and or combination fire smoke dampers come in. Fire dampers are about stopping flames and heat from moving through the duct. Combination fire smoke dampers handle both smoke and fire. They're also commonly used where ducts or air transfer openings penetrate fire smoke rated construction.
Smoke is usually the bigger threat in terms of casualties. Dampers help keep smoke from migrating to exit paths, corridors, and other compartments.
These aren't just best practice vibes. Building codes spell out where duct and air transfer openings in the rated assemblies need listed dampers.
Good examples are hospitals where life safety expectations are intense.
Absolutely true. So if you ever hear someone call dampers passive fire protection, that's what they mean. The building is compartmentalized, and the dampers help maintain that compartmentalization where air pathways would otherwise punch holes in it.
All right, next level, smoke control. Some buildings, like high rises, large atriums, and certain assembly spaces, use engineered smoke control strategies. Dampers can be a part of how systems exhaust smoke, pressurize stairwells, and isolate zones.
Let me try to translate that. Smoke control is like choreography. When an alarm happens, specific dampers open and close so smoke goes where you want, or at least doesn't go where you don't. If you're new, don't worry about mastering the whole design universe right now. Just remember, dampers are one of the main air-moving decision makers during an emergency.
Okay, non-emergency reasons. Buildings also need dampers for everyday control, balancing airflow, managing pressure, and keeping spaces comfortable.
And energy. A classic example is shutoff dampers on outdoor air intake and exhaust that close when systems aren't running, so you're not paying to heat or cool the outdoors by accident. So even when nothing is on fire, thankfully, dampers are still doing the important work.
So it might seem silly to ask, but I'm going to do it anyway. Are all dampers the same?
Nope. And here's a quick notes. Fire dampers close when heat triggers them. They're meant to help maintain the fire barrier. Smoke dampers close to limit smoke movement, usually controlled by a smoke detector or smoke control system. And combination fire smoke dampers do both.
So you'll hear UL 555 and UL 555S tossed around a lot. Those are the pertinent standards for fire dampers and smoke dampers.
And what's the practical takeaway? The damper type is tied to where it's installed and what the wall floor is rated for. And your building codes drive that.
So what happens if a building doesn't have dampers?
Worst case, your ductwork becomes a shortcut for fire and smoke, bypassing walls and floors that were designed to slow the spread. And even in non-emergency situations, airflow can get weird. Hot rooms, cold rooms, pressure issues, doors that slam shut, humidity problems, and systems that run harder than they should.
Dampers are one of those quiet heroes you never think about until you really, really need them. Okay, let's do a lightning round of questions. You ready?
Let's do it.
Here we go. Are dampers only in ducts?
No, some protect air transfer openings too, not just ducted penetrations.
Do they always close when there's a fire alarm?
That depends on the damper type and the design. Some close on heat, some on smoke control signals, and some are just part of a bigger smoke control sequence.
Is it just install it and forget it?
Not really. Many facilities have inspection and testing expectations and codes and standards.
All right, good job, Josh.
Thanks.
Here's the bottom line in the conclusion of this episode. Buildings need dampers for 3 big reasons. First, life safety. They help slow the spread of fire and smoke through pathways. Second, smoke control strategy. They help direct, contain, or clear smoke as part of an emergency plan. And third, everyday airflow and energy control. They balance comfort, manage pressure, and help systems run efficiently. So whether it's an emergency or just a normal Tuesday, dampers are one of the behind-the-scenes components that help keep buildings safer, more comfortable, and more efficient. If you'd like to learn more, visit us at www.pottorff.com. Thanks for joining us for this episode of Behind the Blades.